Sorry, I'm just trying to get like all adjusted. Hi, welcome back to my podcast. I have a very interesting case to go over with you guys today. Also, thank you so much to everybody that watches. I find these videos very interesting to do. I hate to say fun, but like it's just interesting to learn about these cases and try to break them down to the absolute bones of what you need to know about them in order to understand them. Also, I am wearing a hoodie today because I tend to be most comfortable and at ease when I'm in something comfortable, and I really like this sweatshirt. It makes no sense that I'm wearing it considering it's like 80, possibly 90 degrees outside. So as soon as I'm done filming, I am immediately going to be taking it off. I thought when I did this podcast or series, I don't know what you want to call it, that I would try to like dress up and look kind of cute, but honestly I'm kind of going for comfort because I think the videos will be better then. Also, someone commented cringe on my last video that I did, and I was like, yeah, I mean, that's valid, I understand it. One more thing before we get into today's case. If you guys hear banging around or any like extra type of noises, my mom is in the kitchen. Yes, I live at home with my parents still. Anyways, so that is what that sound is. Also, subscribe and like my videos, please, so that way I can eventually make enough money to move out at some point. Just throwing that out there. Anyways, thank you guys, and let's get started. So, trigger warning, this case does involve physical domestic abuse. So, the case that we are going to talk about today is the case of Carissa Odegaard. This happened in the Fargo, Moorhead area. I live in North Dakota, which is where Fargo is located. So this happens like right on the border of North Dakota and Minnesota. So the Fargo, Moorhead area, it's like Moorhead's on the Moorhead is on the Minnesota side, Fargo is on the North Dakota side, but honestly the towns have gotten so big they just kind of run into each other and sort of almost cross the border. So that is where the case today is. So Carissa Odegaard was born in Stockholm, Sweden to Karinda Wonarawidzg. Sorry, I can't even try to pronounce that last name. They moved from Stockholm to Bemidji, Minnesota, Grafton, North Dakota, and Glendon, Minnesota. She has 3 siblings, and after high school, she got her associate's degree in graphic design, which is actually what I have a degree in, and she got a certificate in medical coding. She married Anders Odegaard in May 2011 in Moorhead, Minnesota. She had a hobby in photography, so much so that she started her own photography business, specializing in baby, infant, family type sessions. She also did a lot of other very creative type of endeavors on the side that paid fairly well, and that was kind of how she made her money. She was into embroidery as well. She was a very creative person, like I said, and very actively involved in her church. She loved being a mom to 5 children. Anders, I couldn't find a ton of information on him, but this is just what I was able to put together. He went to the University of North Dakota Law School, worked for North Dakota Attorney General Wayne Stenjum from April 30th, 2018 to November 23rd, 2019, but was fired for cause. I'm not 1,000,000% sure what that means, but he spent 3 months as a public defender in Stark County, North Dakota, but was ultimately fired. Briefly worked at a private practice and then moved back to Minnesota. He was Mercer County State's attorney in North Dakota for 3 months from June to September 2021 before being fired. The couple divorced in September 2021 due to an irretrievably broken marriage. In a custody dispute, he allegedly refused to let her take their kids to church, and a fight broke out. 2 of their boys ran outside to flag down help to call 911 because their mom was bleeding really bad and needed help, according to the complaint. The first responder found Anders in the kitchen wearing just his underwear, blood on his face, and in his hair. Carissa was unresponsive, lying in a doorway with a pool of blood around her head. When the first responding deputy asked Anders to explain the situation, he said, "I don't feel right." The deputy says that Carissa wasn't breathing and attempted CPR on her after cuffing Anders. The deputy noticed severe head trauma and called for an ambulance. Their 9-year-old son told investigators that he saw his dad strike his mother with a knife or spatula in the head moments before he ran outside and found someone to call 911, also stating that he had seen his dad hit his mom before. So I'm not mentioning any of the kids' names in this case because they are all adolescents. They are preteens. So just to respect their privacy, I am not going to state their names. The 8-year-old told the investigators that after beating his mother to the floor, his father was on top of her and choking her. This all happened a couple days before the ex-couple was going back to court for a review hearing. The parents were granted shared legal custody, but the court gave Carissa physical custody. Legal custody under Minnesota law means the right to be involved in major decisions determining the children's upbringing. Physical custody means routine daily care and control of the residence. I had to look that up because I had no idea what the difference was. The case is still under active investigation. They're not other than what I just stated, totally sure what went on. Anders faces a maximum sentence of 40 years in prison if convicted of second-degree murder. And second-degree murder is typically murder with malicious intent, but not premeditated. Okay, so this means REA of the defendant is intent to kill, intent to inflict serious bodily harm, or act with an abandoned heart. If you can make sense of that, fantastic. I know first-degree murder means that you do not intend to cause harm. It just happens spur of the moment. And unfortunately, Carissa was pronounced brain dead at Sanford Hospital in Fargo, North Dakota on August 24th. Her funeral has already happened. It was September 1st, I believe. Her friends and family have all been sending in their condolences for her. Honestly, it is tragic. And what's even worse is that all the children were there when it happened. If you feel the need or the want to do so, I do have the GoFundMe for Carissa's family in the description box down below. This is going to be used for funeral expenses and expenses for the children. So if you feel so inclined to do so, it is in the description box down below, as well as all of my case sources. Considering this happened so recently, there's not a ton of information out because it is an active investigation. So who knows, maybe in the next few weeks we'll learn something new about this case. If you guys would like an update on it, please be sure to comment down below. I know I said that I was gonna try to cover very famous cases, but considering this one is very close to where I live and it happened so recently, I thought that this would be a good one to also share with you guys. And if we could take a moment just to think about Carissa and the fact that her life was lost over something that seems like it was so trivial. An argument is very sad. So take a moment to think about her and her family in this hard time. But that is the core of our case today. Thank you guys so much for watching. Everything is linked in the description box down below, like I've said a million times. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. Also subscribe, and I will see you guys on Thursday. I will have another video for you. Actually, I'm gonna try to put together another video right after this one. So thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys for another true crime core video on Thursday. Bye guys.